afternoon. Good afternoon. This is Rickie Simon coming to you once again for the River City Sports Podcast. So glad that you guys are engaged and enjoying us on this beautiful day. We ask that everybody understand what River City is all about. Once again, as I spoke before to you guys, that we're trying to make sure that we give the beautiful, positive experience and joy to our young people each and every day. No matter whether we're in practice, especially during game time, being a role model that we know how to. Well, we got a very exciting show for you guys today. Today we're going to talk about a couple of things that has happened this past Saturday, what's going to happen this week. We are looking forward to seeing some great things and definitely some excitement. But we're going to start off this episode with upsets and alerts. And the biggest upset from our week 3 came by the hands of Duval Jags 12U, upsetting Westside Wildcats with a score of 7-6. First of all, let me give you a little backstory on that. Last year, Duval Jags were beat not once, but twice by Westside Wildcats, and led by Coach Casey, who's doing an amazing job with those young people. But there's one key element to that. Last year, they had the offensive genius of Coach Clinton Crump, who was leading the way. Coach Crump is now leading the Sweetwater Athletic Association 9U, which that 9U team has a dominant performance that they're looking to put forth on Thursday night. We're going to get into that just a little later. But Bello and Duval Jags 12U came to play this game, and they brought everything they had. Still got too many coaches on the sideline, but you got to have everybody intact to be ready for this type of atmosphere. You got parents engaged, you got the players engaged, you got the little players that's cheering on their older brothers in the associations. On both sides, did a great job. There's a couple of hiccups that we had that we took care of. Me, myself, as a president, never like to get anything that turns into a report that's negative, and those situations will be handled. The reason I'm telling you that because this podcast will be truthful and transparent. So we're definitely going to make sure we address all issues concerning that game, but we do not want to take those issues and just say, hey, these are issues, but let's leave the game alone. No, the game is what was important, and it's important for me to let y'all know again that Duval Jags 12U knocked off Westside. That's going to be one, because we know even in the playoffs, that's going to be something to see. Now, Westside also knocked off TME, Trademan Elite. So now Westside is 2-1. Trademan Elite knocked off the undefeated FLA. And I ain't just saying knocked off. They blew them out. So you have now Trademan Elite with 1 loss, Westside with 1 loss, and Duval Jags sit atop. So Duval Jags is trying to make a point in this River City. Next upset and alert that I have to talk about, TME 14U. Coach TK put it on FLA 14U. When I say it was a game to watch, you saw the future right in front of you. You saw these kids who you know are going to continue to go on and make a mark in football, whether it be middle school or high school. These kids are going to make a mark, and we look forward to seeing those kids. I mean, FLA was led by Mr. Troy Butler, who was running the field. Little Mosquito, man, this little guy is just phenomenal, man. He's but 5 foot, and he get out there, he do it with the best of them. He's a straight athlete. Coach Mike always leading the team in the best possible way he can. Coach Flood on his defense. But let me tell you something. TK and Gregory for Trademan Elite, TK will call plays from the sideline. He will call everything out. You don't know what he's saying, but his players know every single call. And it was so impressive to the point where you just gawked at the fact that this is how you teach football. And it was just, like I said, it was just so impressive because the young people were receptive to what their coach is saying and what he is teaching. And that's our upsets and alert for the day. And we're going to take a quick break, come back. All right, now we come back to your River City Sports Podcast with our spotlights of teams this week. The spotlight this week is Trey Man Elite 8U. Trey Man Elite 8U has an electric group of skilled players. Their quarterback, oh my goodness, number 4, this kid is a Lamar Jackson 2.0 at his age. He's a left-handed quarterback. He rolls, he's looking down the field, but that's not it. When he take off running, it's unreal. He runs with patience, he runs with vision, he runs setting up his block. And I mean, it was really remarkable to see that young person to really put forth an effort the way he did. I mean, it was like seeing a young Michael Vick, a young Lamar, and I mean, a lefty at that. That was very impressive. Another team to watch is the Sweetwater 8U team. Sweetwater 8U team is making a huge mark. They're undefeated right now. They're making a huge mark. And I mean, we know for sure that the showdown between Duval Jags and Sweetwater is coming. The showdown between Duval Jags and Trey Man Elite is coming. You might say, well, you didn't mention Duval Jags. Well, that's the thing. They're at the top. So when I'm spotlighting teams, I'm spotlighting teams who's going to give them a good game. And those two teams, those two associations, Trey Man and Sweetwater, it's going to be a good game. It's going to be something for everybody to look forward to. Now, another team to watch now in the spotlight on this team is Duval Jags 12U. So everybody was saying, oh, they fell off, oh, they don't have this, they don't have that. But earlier I mentioned they was on the upset alert, and they was the ones doing the upsetting. So with them knocking off Westside, who was the favorite team, because coming in the game from 11U last year, and now we're at 12U, Westside was up 2-0. So now Bello don't made it 2-1. And trust and believe they will meet again. They will meet again. I guarantee you these guys not only going to meet again, but the game will be just as intense. When you have a 7-6 game, we call that a defensive game. So we're going to try to make sure that this defensive game and whatever offense is added to it, that's just adding layers to the foundation. I mean, so it's great play calling, great defense, great coaching up, but a 7-6 win, man, that was outstanding. Now, being that Duval Jags 12U is a team to watch, you still can't leave out a Trey Man Elite. You still can't push those guys to the side. So you have teams that you have to watch because of certain players. And as I mentioned earlier, the Trey Man Elite 8U with their quarterback, phenomenal player. Sweetwater got a running back. Oh my God, this kid is grease lightning. So when I'm looking at different teams, I'm also, like I say, looking at the future, but I'm also looking how these teams have gelled together. The chemistry in which these teams show that they have. Man, it's some good football played in River City. So that's what excites me, to see how these kids are developing. And we can honestly say, you may think that if you're top, that's it. I'm at the top. You should always have a watchful eye, because you never know who is preparing to knock you off. And when you the big dogs and you the top dogs, like Duval is sitting ahead on the 8U level, man, you trying to make sure you are doing your very best to keep your rankings. So let's be clear that we know why it's important to not only keep a watchful eye, why it's important for you to always prepare your young people for each week, game in, game out, play in, play out. Preparation is key. Adjustment is key. Man, you got a target on your back, Kilo. So you got to stay prepared. You got to be ready, because Trey Man and Sweetwater, oh my God, they got a very nice team. So we look forward to seeing these spotlight teams. We look forward to seeing exactly how this thing is going to end up, because the outcome is going to be beautiful. Simply because why? There's some great coaching going on in River City. Now, with me saying that, I must say this. River City is also opening up its doors to all associations to come and join River City. Why? River City is not just doing it for the luxury of saying you're in River City, but we are doing it because we are absolutely positively for the kids. When you see this podcast is a true attribute to the hard work of the different presidents that's in River City, how we thank them and appreciate them when we having our events such as a jamboree, when we having our playoffs and our Super Bowl. We try to make sure that that money that is received is going back to the associations, back to the kids, and we are making sure people can see us for who we are and what we do. So the invitation is open. We had it was a post on social media that it was like, we don't understand why everybody won't come together. I say this all the time. I've been a part of these other leagues. I've been a part. So I took everything that I was a part of plus my vision and I put it together for River City. And as I stated before, I'm not going to be the only one sitting up here. So if you are a part of River City, you get everything that comes with River City. Junior ESPY Awards, River City Sport Podcast, our playoff system, our give back system. We got everything laid out for our kids, not to even leave out our Pro Bowl that I'm looking forward to because the uniforms are clean. The event, oh my goodness, even when it comes to the Super Bowl, I'm looking to everything being a spectacular event. So I really want everybody to think about joining in, coming to be with River City, checking out our website. Man, we're trying to make sure everything we do is top-notch, first class for our young people. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back for our next topic. Welcome back, River City Sports Podcast. Just want to make sure that we all are up on what we've talked about previously. We talked about upsets and alert. We spotlighted some teams to watch. And now we're going to talk about the new addition to the FLA Vikings 14U group. Talk about a young man who's actually from FLA, played our first year in existence, 2013. And now this young man is giving back to the young people. Got great coaching, the way that he grouped the kids up in the parking lot. They walk inside the practice field together. It's phenomenal to see it. They're structured, they're organized. It's young people that I've had in the past that I've coached. I know their parents. So to being able to see them, I think it's just it's outstanding. But this young man that I'm talking about is Michael Holmes Sr. Michael Holmes left one of the associations that was in the AYF D2 League in Jacksonville. And he didn't feel as if things was going right. So he gave me a call and I openly accepted. You might say, Rick, you're giving out a lot of information. That's my job. I'm going to give out the information. Why? Because we have everybody coming to us with open arms. We want to show you love. We want to show you appreciation. So when Mike got here to FLA, we greeted them. Not only, we greeted the kids, greeted the parents, had a parent meeting, told them where we will be, our expectations. And last night we had the beautiful opportunity in giving all the kids Under Armour gloves. They got a game tonight against Arlington Seminoles. Flip is excited. He's ready because he got a big weekend this week as well. But tonight, Flip is hosting the 14U FLA Vikings versus Arlington Seminoles. So we are definitely looking for that matchup. But this will be the first time Michael Holmes will come in the gate, not as a player, but as a coach. Went off to college, came back, giving his time and his efforts, and we truly appreciate this young man. So with his new group, they have their new uniforms on, they got their sleeves, they got their gloves, they looking all good. We're just so happy when a child make a statement from childhood to adulthood, and they've been a part of what we look at as mentorship, what we look at as being a role model. And they say to themselves, you know what, once I finish school or once I go through school or whatever type of academia you choose to make that choice of trade, whatever it is. But when you decide to give back to young people, you have to understand the importance of that. You have just began to see what life is about. Because when you're giving back to the unknown, not knowing what you're going to receive back, not knowing what the child is dealing with, you're giving to the unknown. So your attitude has a lot to do with a child either changing their ways, changing and restructuring their future. So we just want to make sure we give this young man props for making the move that he did, and also giving me a call and just let me know what he needs. This is what River City is about. So like I said, I just literally not just plead with you guys, but just let you guys know River City is open to all associations in Jacksonville, Florida, and outside in surrounding counties. So we're just trying to make sure not only as we grow, we keep the quality of providing for our young people, because a lot of times people look at quantity and they think they're on top. But you can have quantity without the quality, and it's a bad shipwreck. We try to make sure that not only do we have the quantity, but the quality, and we're going to make sure that we produce an even better outcome with everybody that come in. So I just wanted to make sure we give Mr. Michael Holmes his just due with a great job that he's doing. And it also gives FLA not one, but two outstanding 14U teams. And it's a great addition to River City. It stands by what we all believe in, giving back to the community, giving back to our young people. So we appreciate you, Michael Holmes. We look forward to some great things. And you didn't even know you was going to get this shout out on this podcast. But with that being said, we're going to take us another break. We'll be back in just a minute. Welcome back to River City Sports Podcast. We're now going to talk about what everybody else is talking about. Social media is going crazy about it. We're going to talk about several things, but we're going to make sure everybody know the topic. Right now, we're talking about the game of the week. Game of the week is none other than 9U Sweetwater versus 9U Duval Jags. Takes place September 22nd, Thursday night, 7 p.m. It's going to be lit. Conversations been, hey, is Duval going to be able to play with their roster? Give you a little backdrop. Duval has a roster that has kids with birthdays of 7-1 because those guys are playing a battle schedule. When I say battle has a different cutoff date than River City and UIFL. So these guys are battling out on social media, talking, not realizing the game is played on the football field. What does that do for me? That makes me realize that in some ways I'm not doing my job, because we shouldn't be taking things to social media. Kids play on the football field. When adults get involved, that's when we diminish what we're out here doing. It's going to be 9U Sweetwater versus 9U Duval Jags. And that's everybody the Jags got, everybody Sweetwater has. Now, I'm going to say this. Duval has a national team. They have some great kids in the city. They have great kids coming from outside the city. Sweetwater has all local kids. And these kids are outstanding. These kids have a 731 birthday, which I think they are outstanding. They're a great group of young men. And I think that's the difference. And the uniqueness of River City is that having a UIFL national team and having a battle team, that means a lot. But if we can get adults to get out the way, okay, and let's focus on the kids, oh my goodness, I think all of the drama will go away and the fun will begin, because it's about the kids. When adults bring the drama, that's when the fun ends. But we have to make sure, just like in Jacksonville, but worldwide, kids are kids. Kids are supposed to have fun. And in saying that, this 9U game is going to be absolutely lit. We're going to have a good time. We're going to have fun. It's going to be a good game played on the field. It's going to be great sportsmanship on the sideline. We're not going to have all the foolishness, and I look forward to that. But this game is definitely a rival. Last year, Duval Jags and Taryn Wilson got the best of this group. They put up some numbers on these guys. Jarrell Robinson has went back into the lab, put some things together, coached those kids up. I told Taryn, I said, that defense, That Sweetwater 9 you got is very aggressive. And if that defense wake up early, Taryn, you're going to be in for a long day. Taryn did not think that was the case. In Taryn's eyes, he feels as if his team is so dominant, the game is not even going to be close. Next week, we're going to have Taryn and Jarrell on this podcast. We're going to talk about the aftermath, the outcome of the game of the week. We're going to see exactly who put up and who got to shut up. But at the end of the day, we want to see the kids perform at the highest level, because that's what it's about. If they perform at the highest level, if they're doing their job, if they're having fun, hey, we calling the plays from the sideline, everything gonna be all right. But with that game, oh my God, you got some people who's anxious, you got people who nervous, and guess who it is? Adults, not the kids. The kids ready. They're ready to go to war. The more we pump them up, the more we get them excited. That's what it's all about. So the 9U Sweetwater versus 9U Duval Jags, or the 9U Duval Jags versus 9U Sweetwater. It don't matter who come first. Now, the outcome gonna let us know who number one in the city of Jacksonville in 9U. Now, the reason we say 9U, those guys are gonna go off to their respectful nationals, postseason, and represent the city of Jacksonville. So while I'm saying the city of Jacksonville, let's always represent who's ever representing us. Let's make sure we give them a hand clap, give them props, give them praise, because these are for the kids, this is for the kids, and we stand by that. So game of the week, make sure you are there. Duval Jags is hosting this game. So it's going to be, if we're at Dean Road, let me tell y'all something, you better get there early. You better get there early. You're going to be down the street at the church parking. You're going to be at the convenience store parking. But you're going to have to be there early to get you some good parking. So we look forward to this game being outstanding. JSO will definitely be on deck. We only want 7 coaches per sideline, Sweetwater and Duval Jags, no extra coaches. If you are not on that staff, get off the sideline. Nobody needs your extra help. Reason being, it is frustrating. And this is coming from your own coaches. It is frustrating trying to coach a game when you have additional coaches from other teams yelling at the kids, telling them what to do. Get out the way. Let the men who's been working with the kids call the game. You need to get out the way. And that's how the fun can end abruptly, because now we're not following rules. Follow the rules. 7 per sideline. 7 people on staff, 7 badges on that sideline, not 12, not 15. And that's for both sides. All right, so we look forward to that. Game of the week. Welcome back to River City Sports Podcast. This next topic that we're going to discuss, this is where I get the opportunity to show the kids just how much their hard work means, just how much their hard work will pay off. And we're going to discuss the Super Bowl. River City Super Bowl. River City Super Bowl last year was monumental, simply because it was a first. The excitement, the laughs, the facial expressions when the kids received their MVP belts, the facial expression when the kids received their Super Bowl rings, the facial expression when the coaches received their nice Super Bowl trophy. Oh man, that was really, really, really fun for me. It was overwhelming because I had the opportunity to be able to present it, and also being able to do the same thing this year. We switched up on the MVP award. This year award, the MVP will receive a nice gold chunk with an 8-inch MVP medallion. Want to make sure we do things different year in and year out. Our rings, beautiful custom rings. Last year we went with silver, this year we're going with gold. I ordered enough rings for everybody in the city because that's our vision. We want everybody in the city to be under River City. but the rings are spectacular. Then you have the custom trophy. You may say, man, Rick, you know, you go all out. That's you're supposed to. If you were somebody that's not going all out where you can't see the money, you got a problem. You want to be somewhere where the money is not only being seen in what the kids are receiving at the end of the year. However, you also want to make sure that the kids are being benefited from, nobody else. The presidents we love, we want to make sure they have everything needed, the boards, all that good stuff. That's why you have a give back program. But the Super Bowl is all about the kids. It's all about the bling, it's all about the fun, and all about the excitement. That's not to leave out the fact that we do know the importance of coaches and the role that you guys play. So that's why I made sure not only did I order well over enough, but every coach, last year, everybody got their rings, had leftovers. This year's gonna be the same thing. I made sure everybody will be good. So we're looking forward to the River City Super Bowl 3-day event, fun-filled events. If the matchups make sense to me and we're gonna leave that highlighted whatever age group, we're gonna do that. But we are looking forward to a wonderful Super Bowl. Next, we're gonna talk about our Pro Bowl and All-Star. All of this is in conjunction with the River City Super Bowl. Our Pro Bowl and our All-Star selection. Listen to me good, guys. The Pro Bowl is set, the date is set. Once your player, your child, your superstar stud, or whomever receive the Pro Bowl card, parents, be sure to take actions following that, because there will be some things on the card that you have to do to make sure that we get their custom uniform in, to make sure that we get everything that comes with the Pro Bowl selection. Because we want everything in well before time. We want to have the fun, the excitement, all that good stuff. And even with the BTH All-Star selection process, if your child makes the Pro Bowl, you better believe your child gonna be on that All-Star team. For everybody who took place in Orlando, if you came down to that event and you saw all the teams that we had, and we had over 60 teams, man, when I say it was exciting, when I say it was fun, when I say everybody bought into it, we are going to not only repeat, but we are growing. We are seeing more teams from different states, and those kids from River City who won 2 age groups last year, we looking to dominate every age group this year. So, Pro Bowl, All-Star selection, River City, we doing it big. We need your assistance, we need your help. Parents, we love you, we thank you. Board members, we thank you, we love you. Doing that River City Super Bowl, after the River City Super Bowl, all presidents, I got a special treat for you guys, a night out on the town, hosted by you boy, Rickie Simon. We're gonna make it work, we're gonna eat good, we're gonna drink good, we're gonna have a great time. So with that being said, we're gonna close out this show knowing this will not be the last show, but next week, we're gonna have some special guests that we're gonna get down into the nitty gritty of who's an All-Star and who a Pro Bowler. We see you till next week. Have a great day.
Farewell tour of the Williams Brothers. November 5th at the Paxson Revival Center. With special guests, the Swanee Quintet, the Williams Singers, Keith Wonderboy Johnson, and more. Tickets $40 in advance, $50 at the door. VIP available. They're available at Eventbrite, TJ Records, or Paxson Discount Christian Bookstore. For info, call 904-813-0085.
So you've been watching the show. Would you like to be a content provider yourself and develop a show for the Inspire Network? Please give us a call today at 904-389-5592 or go to www.connecttv.info